All right, hello. Today is Tuesday Thesis number 4. I'm excited to do it, so let's get into it. We're gonna answer your questions and watch your gameplay and give you live feedback. So if you're not already in these, every single Tuesday at 2 p.m. CST, I'm hosting these. You need to hop in this Discord, discord.gg/thesis. We've been doing this for a while now. I hope to see you guys in there in the future. Let's get into it. So we're already in the Discord here. We got 76 people in here right now. We just started. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Tuesday Thesis number 4. We're here. Appreciate you guys. If you guys want to say what's good to YouTube. So we're going to start by opening the questions channel. And then you guys can pop in your questions. Remember, this is a first come, first serve. So the first questions, we'll do 30 minutes of questions here. And it is opening in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Karma, first question from Karma says, should you key in solos final games when you don't have a winning loot/win condition? I posted this in my nose. With my nose. All right, I'm just gonna ignore the last part. Don't know what that means. Anyways, doesn't matter. Yeah, so let me explain solo cash cups to you guys. So the finals, rather. So finals lobbies, a game one of every finals lobby is gonna be way more stacked than any other game. Like, plain and simple. You can take that to your advantage. You can get easier refreshes because there's more players alive, right? You're not necessarily playing off of the rest of the lobby when there's 60, 70 players up. And what I mean by that is, like, you guys would probably get it if you're in like a 40 player zone. Like there's cash cup final games where it's, probably 20 player movings or like 40 player zones, right? Like they're not that stacked. And if you're in those type of lobbies, it's harder to get refreshes because everyone's a little bit more stacked. Everyone's playing a little bit weirder. They're in the center zone already because it's such a dead game and they can do that, right? So that is like the perspective of solo cash cups. Your game one is always going to be stacked. I mean, it's the same in every tournament. FNCS round 1, game 1. FNCS round 2, game 1. FNCS, it doesn't matter. Every tournament game 1 is stacked, more stacked than the rest. Even in the grand finals, it's more stacked than the rest. Even just a little bit. And so the way you can look at it is your game 1 is kind of your throwaway. And it's not like I've never tried this before. I'm sure you could queue 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late and queue in, but it's just it's good to get experience. The way I always explain it is the harder things you do makes easier things easier, right? So if you're really playing these grand finals lobbies every single day, you're going to be really chilling. It's going to be super easy to do like an opens 30 player, 5th zone. So, and then as for keying, right? Like, so understand that your first game might be a little bit easier to key because there's people playing a little bit more scared and there's more people to key. So you can, fight a guy and kind of play the fight option, if you will. Right, where you could fight the guy. Okay, this guy's making a lot of space. Next guy. Just leave this guy alone. Next guy. Oh, this guy, he can't even build a box fast enough. Dead. There's your refresh. Like, that's how easy it really is in solos. Like, you just look for the right people. It's the same thing that you would do in a duo cash cup where you need a key game. Even in opens, you could do it like round 1 or like of FNCS game 1 opens. Like, you just look for the players that don't look like they're good because there's so many of them in the lobby, but they just try to disguise themselves. But if you poke at them enough, you can tell that they're bad. And so on that same note, you guys should all understand how to read players, right? What skin they're wearing. Do they have a back bling on? What pickaxe they're using? How's their movement? Well, how do they react to certain situations when you spray them? When you whatever, right? Like, everyone imagine right now, if you were to see Peterbot in a solos and you were to shoot at him, what is he going to do? He's going to build really quickly. He's going to take high ground. He's going to, edit up, whatever. He's going to be quick. He's going to respond super fast. You might not even get a shot off on him. But then everyone imagine if you were to shoot like your little baby cousin in a solo cash cup. He's probably not even going to build around himself. He might just die, whatever, right? Like, we can see that. So just look for those type of people, and then they're everywhere. They're in every single game, in every single round, minus like maybe round 4, round 4 of FNCS or round 3 even. There's still a couple bad teams, but like every other round before that, cash cup opens, solo finals, everything like that is, you're going to find your little baby cousin running around where you can just fry him. So yeah, and then you're right. You should be playing for a win condition if you can. I mean, if you look at the solo cash cup and you have 3 games, right? If you can get one of the games to get forecast, there you go. So fight for it for the first 2. Third game, you get it. Boom, you got it. Next one from Brad Buka says, sometimes I feel like there's never a good/perfect time to rotate, especially when it's a max pull. Everywhere is so congested at times. Yeah, so in this meta in particular, something that I've been doing a ton of is you just rotate. You just get a little distance and just keep getting yourself further and further and further. I wish I had like recordings of the scrims yesterday. Maybe I do. So let me explain it then the best way I can. I'll draw it, but it's very simple, right? Like, just get yourself some distance, right? Never ever go in the last 5 seconds. Never go in the last 5 seconds. It's almost never worth it. There are some scenarios where sure, you're right. Like, you'll see the best players do it, and again, I'm not going to disagree that there's not a 1% chance that you might want to go last. That's fine. Like, but most of the times, if you're smart and you're able to find a good rotate, you should be able to go at least 5 seconds before the zone starts pulling. Probably even earlier than that. I always try to go like 10 seconds before. And my goal, again, like, let's say we're on the edge zone here, right? Let's just say this is a base, right? This is a base. This is a base. Like, everyone's just here, right? Like, whatever. There's a ton of people in these boxes, right? Yeah, you guys can see. Okay. Let's say that I'm in this box right here. Okay. I'm me. Okay. I'm in this box, right? There's people behind me and there's a guy in front of me. All right. And there's another guy. There's 2 guys in front of me and 3 guys behind me. All right. I'm going to try to get, let's say the zone's going this way, all right? Zone's moving this direction. I'm going to try to get to here and stop. So just, this is like a nitro, use your nitro, run a bit, 1 jump, box. That's it. And like, these guys might be on your back. They might keep running too, but that's the timing. You just got to get yourself out of the bunch. And so if you go too late and then this team goes too late and this team goes too late, you guys are going to be on each other's head with the zone on your back. So you have three things pushing you out, 2 teams and a zone. So just get a little bit ahead, wait, get a little bit ahead, wait, because just like, I mean, we can imagine this, right? So when you're here, okay, everyone has the same, very similar view that if like these guys are all stacked on top of each other, we all have the same view. So everyone knows that, like, let's just say the route is to go like this, right? Okay, everyone knows that. But just like everything in Fortnite, there's options when you do certain things, right? So like this team, okay, let's just imagine this team right here might come down here and go do the same route. They might just literally come connect it right here. Boom, they're doing it, but they might follow the route and then they might see a different way to go here and they go left, right? This team, they connected the route. Oh, they're in the same route, no big deal. And they go here. This team, right? You can see what I'm trying to draw up here, right? Like, after a certain point, there's other teams that can hold. There's other, like, this team might hold this team, right? This team might hold that one, so that makes them go north. This team might hold this team, makes them go below. Then a team that's over here makes them go left, right? So you get to that stopping point in the middle here. I know this is a messy drawing, but once you get to that stopping point, people start switching directions and changing and stopping and slowing down or just running by you, right? So like, if you can go a little bit early and go ahead, go ahead. I'll draw it like red here, right? If you can go ahead here and stop just for a second, right? Box up for a second. Everyone will start switching directions instead of going your exact same way. Because at the start, you can tell everyone at the start is going to meet here. If all these teams were to wait and go last second, all of them are going to meet right here. Which, of course, it's not going to happen. That doesn't happen like that. But you guys understand what I'm saying. So everyone's going to meet here. So if you can get out of that early, go like 5 seconds, 10 seconds early, stop here, know that you're going to stop. Let your teammate know, hey, we're going to box and stop. It's going to be okay. We're going to, it's just how it is. Sometimes it's just how it is. I had a game like that yesterday, which is what I was trying to show you guys. Where you just have to go, stop, and eventually, again, people will start kind of fraying out and going different directions, and then you can just go in from there. So that's the best way to do it. If you want to look at it a different way, you could say, be out of the clump, like instead of being where I'm at, where it says me, instead of being there, I could be here, right? Like, you can always position yourself out of the clump, or you can make yourself more space. Like, you could be here and tarp out with wood, right? Let's say you were tarp out with, that's wood. Imagine that's just wood tarp. You could do that. You can build yourself out of it. Right? Don't be scared to use a couple builds. Again, if you're doing the stop method where you're stop going to let people switch directions, that's a really great way to do it, and you're going to have to build anyways. So don't be scared to build. You can always get a refresh later on. Good question, though. I know that's something that a lot of you guys have definitely struggled on, right? Same with me. That there's scenarios where you're just like, what am I supposed to do here? And that is the best answer for it. Okay. ColdFan111 says, how to improve at getting stacked refreshes with stacked mats, and not shambles refreshes as a duo together. Also, how do you identify if the refresh is worth going for or no? So the best way, I mean, it's plain and simple, the best refresh you can get is a solo. And most times solos, I mean, it's a lottery, right? No matter who you kill, duo, solo, it's a lottery. You have no idea how stacked they're going to be. Not a clue. Doesn't matter, because one refresh can cycle into the next, and even getting that one refresh can extend your game to top 5 or top 3 or wherever, right? There's always a certain point in the game where people are just dropping down shambles, no mats. And eventually, right? Eventually, every refresh is going to be siphon mats. That's just how it is. Imagine you're going for a refresh in the final 5 players. Like, most of the times, a couple of those guys are going to have siphon mats just because it's such a long point in the game, right? It's so deep in the game. So It's really just solos, right? Like that's how you get refreshes in stack lobbies. You look for solos, you look for stack players, or people that got fried. Sorry, you look for people that got fried. Make a new one here. How do I make a new one? New. There we go. And the next thing that kind of goes with that, which is, I mean, it sounds kind of something you probably heard before, is just go front side, right? If the zone's back here, okay, and you can go to the next zone and you can get into the front side. It doesn't have, like this is the zone. It's still in storm, right? Let's just say this is in storm. I'll do purple. It's in storm, right? Okay. That doesn't mean that you have to wait to get in the zone. You can just go as far as you can front. Could be here. Box up. Look back. Fight for the refresh. Go late, and then you're in this next zone here, right? Boom. So always fight from the front if you can, because if you can imagine, it's like it's rocket science, right? It's quantum physics. If you fight right here and zone's moving, you're going to be fighting the guy and the zone, because the zone's going to be pushing you out, pushing you into each other. You're going to die to zone, etc., right? So going front and looking for the refresh is always the play. And then on top of that, something that I do a ton, because I have a great team, or a great teammate in Jack. He's a crazy fragger, crazy fighter as well. Is, hey, Jack, you're leading this. Like I wish I had actually I had this right here. I could show this right here. This is this game. I was just shambles. I think we were AFK. Oh, my mic was full bugged, right? So you'll see here, we get chopped out. I die. That's that same game. Let me find the actual in-game here. This is the in-game? Nope. Wait. Yeah, this is the in-game. So like we're here, right? You can see we're shambles, right? We're looking for things. We're actively looking for things. We're spraying people. We need a kill here. All right, we go. I calm height. We get kind of front. I get cones in these guys. I say, hey, Jack, we have cones. Make an extra box here and smack. Right? He gets chopped out. Whatever. We get him up. He's fine. All right. So still, we have decent mats, right? One siphon for mats, roughly. Okay. And I literally, like, you can't hear me right now, but I'm saying, Jack, I'm following you. Like, whatever the play is, I'm trusting you to make the play, because at a certain point, like, you can't, like, you need a refresh, right? I can't just keep leading and expecting Jack to just let me just tarp and find her kill, right? Like, and also on that same note is, because this is a scrim game, it doesn't really matter. Like, I don't, first of all, it's not that deep if we die here. Like, okay, we learn. Like, and also I want Jack to get to the point where he's like, hey, look, follow me here. This is the kill I want. So he looks for it. He sees that guy right there who's a solo. He thinks he's a solo, which is a great call, but he says he hesitates on it. Like, after the fact, we talked about this. He said he hesitated, which he's doing right now, right? All this is hesitation, right? He could have been already on the box. So having your fragger be able to trust that you're going to be there, and I watched this back with him. I told him, Jack, when we go for this, when I say, hey, Jack, you're leading the fight here because we need a refresh. Like, if its game is that shambles somehow, which is, of course, it goes back to me dying or something that I did wrong, right? It's not his fault that we didn't get the refresh. But I told Jack that this is how it's going to be. I'm going to try to block our sides and lead, and as you can tell, I'm getting stuck on things. I'm mantling. It's just a mess, right? Also, it was a duo, but it's fine. Again, I'm telling Jack, and I'm repeating to him after this, say, hey, look, it's fine. It's a scrim. I want you to be confident doing these things. This is why we practice them in scrims. This is what, this is a learning moment. And like, I explained it in the right play, which would obviously have been to go more front and fight. Because like you'll see here in a second here, even though I die, zone's here, then these guys die, which means this duo gets the refresh. You can see how it can turn bad for you if you don't get the kill fast enough. And if this is a solo, this guy's dying and we're good. We're dandy and just fine. We're moving forward. But it was a duo, all good, but on top of it being a duo, the execution of it was bad. The hesitation made it really bad, and that's something that Jack needs to learn, and it's not something that's rocket science for him to learn. He's just going to look for the fight that he thinks is best and understand that I'm going to set up for him and I'm going to play support for him, and he's going to frag out. So, yeah. The next question from NXR Shaggy. Let me open up the footage submit channel before I answer these questions. We've got 13 more minutes of questions, and then we're going to hop into footage. So I'm going to open this up right now. Make sure you guys have your links ready. Again, priority. Understand that. All right. I'm going to open it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Bang. Okay. As you guys can tell, unless this is like a 6-hour Tuesday thesis, I would never be able to answer all you guys' questions, which I feel so bad for. Maybe there's a way, I've said this before, but maybe there's a session, maybe next Tuesday thesis, I just do questions. Maybe next Tuesday thesis, I just do gameplay. I'm down to try something like that since we're still early on, but I think the system where I'm doing some questions and some gameplay, or majority gameplay, is better. Okay. NXR Shaggy says, how do I rotate safe with 15 wood builds in the 9th and 10th zone? It's a very particular question. I think this question up here answers it pretty well. Like, you should be getting more mats than that earlier on. But I mean, for the most part, if you have to be in this scenario, it would be you need to play a certain side of zone if you can. And it's situational. At the end of the day, it's hard. It's impossible to really answer truthfully because it's just situational. Like, I don't know what your zone might look like. You know, you might be in this zone here, and there might be a ton of players all over here, right? And then a ton in the middle here, and no one on this left side. But if you have 15 builds, obviously you're not going to want to go left because it's just too open. So you're not going to go in the middle. It's just situational. Like, you just have to just rat your way through it. I think the best thing that I could tell you, honestly, is to try to follow a tarp. Let's say this is one team right here, just tarping through all these. These guys are just killing everybody in this line. Follow the tarp, or just make a jump in play. Like, this guy's a solo right here. Circle's a solo. Just has to be the guy you jump in on. It just has to be. Yeah. Rivals Gain says, if I'm training every day to become a pro with a routine and everything, what should I do? What should my everyday look like? Also, I need private advice and a voice chat one-on-one. Yeah. So if you want to train every day, your routine should look like this, right? No, let me just do notes. I'll note it out for you. All right. This is like what I've done in the past. This is kind of what I'm doing now. This is what I would recommend you to do if you want. What was your question? Like, yeah, if you want to become a pro, you want to train like a pro, right? First thing, number one, and I'm not even really saying this from, I'm saying this from personal experience, honestly, truthfully, but also saying this from, I've worked with tons of coaches, like very big names. I've worked with a mental coach. I don't know what his exact name would be. And like, these are things that they've taught me, things I've learned from them, things I've learned from watching them teach other people, like all of that, right? So, and things I've applied for myself. Number one is consistent sleep schedule. That's number one, because you need to maximize your energy levels during the day or during your time when you play. And the only way you're going to do that is by being on a consistent sleep schedule, right? So that kind of goes into, I have an alarm. I feel like some of you guys, if you guys have been in my stream, or if you guys have, I get memed for it. Honestly, I do. Even in my life with my IRLs, I get toyed around for it. But I have an alarm that goes off on my phone every day at 5 p.m. And that is my caffeine alarm. So right now, I could drink 16 fucking energy drinks, 16 Red Bulls. I don't care. Whatever I want to do, I'm good with it. But 5 p.m., I'm done. 5 p.m., my alarm goes off, I'm done. And so that can be whatever time you want it to be for you. It could be 7 p.m. It could be whatever. I don't know your exact scenario. That in particular, I learned that when I was talking to a dietitian and a sports nutritionist. So that's where I got that one from. But it's been working great. I mean, my energy levels are really, really high all the time. Right? So I have a 5 p.m. caffeine cutoff. Is that how you spell caffeine? I have no idea. Whatever. So 5 p.m. caffeine cutoff, right? That's for me. It could be later on for you. And then the next thing is, yeah, with the consistent sleep schedule, let me just add this, like bed same time, wake same time, right? So try and have a somewhat accurate time. Doesn't have to be you go to bed by 2:32 a.m. every morning. Like, I don't do that, right? I'm not a fucking psychopath. I go to bed between 2 and 3 a.m. That's me. I go to bed between 2 to 3 a.m. and I wake up 10 to 11 a.m. Like, that's fine. And I honestly don't even know if that's the right amount of sleep either. Like, I think that's probably too much sleep. I don't know. On that note as well, when it comes to sleep, right? Like, you need to make sure that you understand what you feel best at. Because a lot of us, I feel like, oh, sorry, I have like a hiccup. A lot of us oversleep. Like, you might sleep for 10 hours every night, and that's a lot, and you're going to be drowsy and later in the day. So like, find your time. Like, so maybe tonight you go to sleep, try to set an alarm, like literally just, hey Siri, what is, oh my God, my Siri's going off. What is 8 hours from now? 8.5 hours from now? Like, try to get 8.5 hours, try to get 7 hours, try to get 7.5, 6.5. Like, see what you feel like is the best, and then find that and hit it. Right, every night, no matter what, you go to bed for the same amount of time, you wake up. And if you can get the same bedtime, same wake time, that'll be huge. That's number one, okay? Because that'll help you all in general just be more consistent every single day you show up. Because there's a lot of times, I feel like I've gotten these questions before where you're like, hey, every day I get on and I just don't feel the greatest. Some days I feel really bad. Some days I feel pretty decent. Some days it's that. It's like your caffeine levels are inconsistent, or like you're not, you're drinking at like 10 p.m. or your sleep schedule is inconsistent, your sleep amount is inconsistent. Those things can help you with your energy levels and keeping them at a high level, right? Number 2 is, dedicate enough time to like actual training, right? So I look at this as like aim/mechanics, right? For me, I do 1 hour of aiming training a day, and I try to do at least 30 minutes or 40 minutes of mechanics training straight up. Like I'm gonna hop in the map, take my headphones out, put some music on, and just go through the tunnels. And I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna do some peaks. And I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do. 30 minutes. It's not that long, right? And then on top of that, like I'm gonna also do tokens or wagers, whatever you want to call them. Like I'll do tokens at night, like, right? That's my day. Aim train. I normally aim train, scrims, mechanics train, tokens at night. Rinse, repeat, right? In tournaments, it's aim train, mechanics train, play a tournament, tokens at night if I want, or VOD of the games, and then rinse, repeat. So dedicate enough time to training, right? That could be also like VOD reviewing, right? And then the next thing would be have a place. I forget like how I want to say this. Like have a place where you can take notes. You can put your notes, right? Have a place where you can put your notes. I've done something in this Discord already. It's in the directory channel. If you scroll down, it's right here. Competitive Discord template. If you've never made a competitive Discord, if this is your first, time hearing anything competitive based, I feel like a lot of us have some experience, which is great. But make sure you guys are having a Discord, right? Like this Discord template here, you can click view template. 1,000 people have used it. That's crazy. And it just gives you what I would want in a Discord. I've got, you got announcements. You don't really need that necessarily, but that's mostly so you can stay up to date with this Discord. You've got your duo improvement, your to-do, your duo's name, your name, campfire, drop map, off spawns. I wish I could show you guys exactly what I have in this Discord. I'm not going to open it because this is like my private Discord, right? But like I can show you, I've done this in the past, but I'll show you guys some of my older Discords, right? This is like chapter 4, right? So this is all old, but you guys can see like this is what it looks like. I've got chapter 4 season 2, chapter 4 season 3, chapter 4 season 1, and the channels go deep, right? Look, this is all deep. You don't have to have all of this, but you can tell it's there, right? So we have a place to take notes, plain and simple. And a place for you and your teammate to read through the notes and all of that. That's huge, right? For your own improvement as your journey to being a pro. Where was I at here? And then I think the last thing is just going to be you need practice, right? You need practice and study. Like I kind of put that as a VOD review, but like you need to play and you need to study. You need to play some scrims. You need to study the scrims, and you need to do this the best way I can explain it is just don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. And always look back, right? Like, don't play, like, I'm going to use Vital, for example, right? Vital scrims, if you guys are in North America, you guys have definitely know what this is. There's Lobby 1 stuff going on all the time, right? I could literally play Vital Scrim Lobby 1, okay? Take a 30-minute break, eat some food. Vital Scrims Lobby 1, Session 2, take a break. Session 3, take a break. And then maybe a night session. Like, that's a lot. That's nine games, and that's 30-minute breaks is not really enough to eat and study. So just play Lobby 1. Just play Lobby 1, Session 1, or whatever Session 1 you play. Your first session, just play one session. Watch it back. Watch all 3 games back in depth, and then take the notes and go forward. And don't not watch your games back. You're not gonna improve if you don't watch your games back. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to improve that fast if you don't watch your games back. It's just not possible. Because there's even if it's not your gameplay, go watch somebody else who won the game. Go watch somebody else who got refreshes in end game. You can it doesn't have to be your gameplay. Like, hey, you know what? This game we left our back open, we got sprayed and we died. Okay, that's a simple mistake, right? Everyone knows to block your back, right? Blah 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 blah. Those are simple mistakes. So don't just write it off. Go in that game and watch who won the game, who got their refresh. How did the mid game go? How did your mid game look? Where were people positioning in the mid game? What about the early game? Where were they positioning? Who got there? What was the timing of certain teams, right? So there's always something you can watch, and don't the whole thing is just don't play games without studying them back, right? Those are the 4 things I would do if I was starting from nothing, and I had somebody like myself telling you guys this, like, Shaggy, this is for you, right? Obviously I don't think that was your question, but if that's you, Shaggy, and you want to be a pro and you want to be at the top, there you go. That is the method to getting there and getting there efficiently, getting there fast. And there you go. All right. Yeah. Cool. I'll do one more really quickly, and then we'll hop into the footage. How do you switch from a fragger to an IGL and become really good at IGLing? So that was me, right? During World Cup 2019 times 2018, started the game, I was a fragger. I had my IGL, Elevate. I was following him through the game. And the best way for me, my transition was pretty simple. Is truth be honest, or whatever, truth be told, I was definitely not up to speed with mechanics. Like, and I think if I was to genuinely tell you why, it's because I just never had passion to grind box fights back in the day. Like, that was the thing. There wasn't a zone wars, there wasn't realistics really. It was box fights. Like, you guys know, Clicks really got his like oomph in box fights. A lot of players, you guys, probably some of you guys listening, like, were those players. You guys loved box fights back then. Asian Jeff was Asian. He was a box fight player. Like, he was Asian Jeff back then because he was just a grinder, bro. He just loved box fights. My teammate Jack, box fight grinder. Another person I can think of, Blake Epps, box fight grinder. Like, they just played it so much. There's so many more. Kanata. It goes on and on and on. Doesn't matter. I just didn't have the I don't know why. I still don't, to this day, I still don't enjoy just doing 5 hours of box fight wagers. I just don't. I don't know why. I just don't enjoy it. I have to force myself to play it because it's important to play. But so anyways, that was what happened. I didn't want to play it. Wasn't interested. Again, I came from, like, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm fucking some 40-year-old man, but I came from like a different time. When I started playing the game, there was nothing to practice. It was that you play the game. Then they came out with playgrounds, or like whatever it was called, right? You could go in, farm 5,000 mats, get all your guns in a spot, and then PG each other, and then you'd restart it, and it'd be kind of slow. And that was the way to improve. And like, so I'm kind of like old school. I was feeling like I was old school back then. Now looking back at it, I was trying to stay old school. I was like, no, I don't want to do this box fight thing. It's not a big deal. I'll just keep playing the game. And yeah, I think I declined in mechanical skill in the first year. And I was like, oh shit, this is like kind of a big deal, right? Everyone's getting pretty good here. And so that paired with the fact that I had played with great IGLs. I had played with Prime Elevate as an IGL, right? Obviously, we did great things together. I played with Prime Riverson. If you guys know Riverson, great things together. That guy is an absolute solo demon. I think he got 9th in World Cup solos. We played with him for trios, right? So I had great leaders. On top of that, I played with Bizzle. You guys have probably heard of Bizzle. He's a great leader. Back in the day, he was insane. Like, he was most earned for a while. Crazy player. And so I learned a lot from playing with those people. And I just took notes over time. I just took mental notes. And then really, when I started playing with Bizzle, I kind of knew that my transition period was then. Because after duos, first FNCS duos, it was solos, right? So I was like, dude, after these solos, I forget what it was, trios or something like that, squads. I don't know. I forget. But after that, I was like, yeah, I got to become an IGL. I've got a lot of experience playing, competing. I've got a lot of great people that I've been taught by. Like, all the things that Bizzle taught me, all the things that Elevate taught me, you know, they weren't teaching me how to be an IGL, but I was studying behind them, like, quietly, right? Just like you guys are doing as a fragger right now. So find that time. If you're like, hey, I've been playing with, let's say Gaines. Let's just say Gaines. Gaines plays with Queasy, then he plays with Aqua, then he plays with Booga and Zate. Like, you're telling me that Gaines couldn't be a really good IGL after playing with all those people? 100% he could. That was me. I play with the greats. So, of course, I'm going to be a good IGL. And so I just switched to it, and there you go. Yeah. So some of you guys might not want to switch. Some of you guys might, it doesn't matter. Some of you guys might want to just be an IGL, but try to mix those two styles and learn from each other. All right, cool. That wraps up the Q&A. We're going to hop into the footage submits. Thank you guys for your questions. Again, I apologize for not getting to all your questions. I hope I was able to answer some important ones. I think we got overall some really good questions, so I'm happy about it. Let's do some footage submit, eh? So let's see. Vital lobby 3. Let's see. We're gonna start with wet, and we're gonna go as far as we can. All right. And you guys don't have audio here. Let me see if I can get you guys audio.
Let me know if you find the DMR.
I think this is gonna. Does this give you guys audio? But it gives you an echo, right? This gives audio and echo on the mic, or no? You guys can hear the game?
I got one.
No? Okay, let me start the screen share again. Let me see if I can get this going. Boom. Okay, is there an echo? Hello? Yes. Okay. All right. Well, I'll do this for now. That way we can watch the game together. And then I might have to switch the screen to start drawing so I can show you some things. No audio, edit, screen share your Google. Yeah. I can do that. But you guys can't see like my desktop, right? So you can't see my paint. You can't see like any drawings I do. It's fine. Doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. All right. I'm going to skip through here. I'm going to put it on just 2x speed so we can be as fast as possible, as efficient as possible. So you're farming, you got a farm route. Make sure you have a loot route, farm route, right? All that's important.
Can you take back for search? 103.
And on that same note, I mean, you have a DMR, right? This is good. You need the DMR. But don't be afraid to trade with those guys. You have enough plants here. Surge is the most important thing. And if that guy's there to peek you, he's not going to be there forever. So take your time. If you get fried, doesn't matter. You get your plant. Even if you have a pistol, like I know that you have a DMR there, but like maybe even try to bait him out for your teammate to frag him, like with his DMR, right? Like whatever it is.
They're running back. Over here.
See, because now like because you didn't tag the guy, not because necessarily, but like now you can see like if you don't get that tag, now you're having to tag the guys in the base up there. And it's just way harder. Oh. So I don't know if you have any tags. I don't think you do. Maybe your teammate does.
What the freak? Wait.
Yeah, this is fine.
I can't hit him. I don't know how it.
This is the play. You have a bush. You see somebody else that has a bush or a plant. Sorry, you just trade with them. Even if you lose the trade, it doesn't matter. Just keep trading with them. Try to get something. Having only pistols is rough, though. Oopsies. Yeah, so you're 200 above. You're gonna start dropping pretty quick here. 140 goes away. 6 above now. I mean, yeah, these the surge this season is super high because of plants. Like, not only do people in the sand biome have plants, and we can look here and we can look at all the plants, right? Like, I play restored reels, so I know how it is from up here, right? I'm like the northern end of the plants, right? Like, there's people here every single game, like here. We're all just like back and forth, just 60. Okay, everyone goes to get plant. 60, you know, just keeps going, right? This guy plant like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe even 6 people that can just trade with plants. Like, and there's people here for us that don't have plants. There's people here for us, right? So like that's our perspective. But like you got to imagine, like there's people coming in from this area getting these plants, this plant, this one. So like they're trading. It's just not. It's constant. So the sand biome is the only biome that is really gonna have you struggle with surge. If it's a max pull every time up here, you're gonna be golden because you know your tags are gonna be jogging tags through the biome. You know, use your plants on the way out, and then everyone's not gonna have plants to trade with anymore, and you should be good. So. Yeah, I'm not surprised that you're struggling with surge here. It's tough. Let me go back here. Let me slow it down here.
I'm hitting the plant. Oh, okay. My bad. There's one in front. I just got double ding. I'm 1 HP. Solo. Dead. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna pause it. Your mistake was pretty simple, right? Like your teammate got fried, and overall, you're just not playing this bush well. Like, use your shotgun to ADS and get close to the edges here. Like, you see how you're like, there you go. That's what you need to do. Just like that, constantly. Just like look around.
Oh, okay.
He gets the plant.
There's one in front.
Like you're blind to these guys that are over here. Like I don't know what you're checking here. Like you're in the DMR. Like even that, like that perspective here, just you need to go to the edge to get the fry, right? Like you're not gonna hit the guy doing that. So that is like the first thing. Like just understand how to play a bush better. That's a simple thing, right? The next thing is like, I'm not sure how your teammate got fried here, but he just got tagged through the bush, which is it's a small bush, so you could always pre-fire it. Be like, hey, look, we're in this bush. It's small. You know, get ready to build brick. Hold brick out. There you go. Like, if you're in a really big bush, then you're probably going to be like, hey, you know, just get ready to build wood. No big deal. But if you're in a little tiny bush, you're solo, you're going to be ready to build hard mats for sure. So it's a small bush, right? Next thing is you're getting, like, he gets fried. You don't really know they're going to key you because, like, I guess you're just not like thinking that's going to happen, which is a fair assumption. But at the same time, like, if it's a Grands lobby, probably not. Like, either way, it doesn't matter, right? Like, let's just say now you know you're getting keyed, right? Let's just say now was your time. You're like, oh, I didn't think they were going to key us, but now we know we're getting keyed, okay? Next thing you need to do is reverse stare or put a stare towards them, like one of the two. But you put a cone here, and then he just comes in. If you have a stare, you're chilling. You're so chilling. And I know the stare is like, this isn't the old Nitro where you have to have a stare in your box. I get that. But it's still better than, it still won't break like a cone. It still does the same thing. So because you put a cone down, you let the guy in, and you're just dead. If you put a stare there, you're good. I don't know how your teammate gets in your box. I'm not sure because he's like not. I don't know how he gets to your box if his teammate's there. Oh, it looks like he runs from the teammate into you. Yeah, it's just no stare in your box and just not being on the same page of what happens if we get fried. Like, you got to be ready for that. Like, if we get fried right here, build brick right now, make space. All right, I talk about the snail a ton. It would have been the perfect time just to have that pre-called before you even did it. Hey, if we get fried, or like, hey, this team's close to us, if they fry us, build the snail right away. Boom. No thinking, you do it, and you live. Because I mean, you take most of your damage from the right as well, right? Like, you're getting fried from those guys. You were chilling, 74 HP. That guy bleeds you, hits you to 44, and then you're down to 1. And also, you're like allergic to using stairs here. Like, I don't know why you're not building cones or stairs. It's like fluidity in your builds needs to be a thing. You got to be smoother with your builds, constantly smoother. Like, no stairs and no cones. If there was cones there and stairs, you would be chilling with this medkit right now. Perfect. And you know you got shot from the right. So sitting here just knowing you got shot from your right, your best play is right now at this point, because of the situation you put yourself in, is to go left here and just sit on this wall. And that wall is, I mean, it's not going to be broken right now, at least, right? I would force play the wall. You don't have to play this entire medkit. Again, it's a one tick, right? So let's just, if you look at it like this, you pop the medkit, got up to 15. You have 15 more seconds where you have to use your last medkit, or 15 more seconds where you have to pop this bush. So it's obviously you're panicking, which is fine. Like, I get that. That's a scenario where you're like, wow, you're in storm, you're getting fought, you're random. It's random that it happened, whatever. But like, overall, the quick notes of this would be you didn't block your, like, you didn't use stairs or cones on your roof, so you had way less protection. And then you didn't build a snail fast enough, because you didn't have a plan of what to do if you got fried here. And that's it. On to the next one. Thank you, Wet, for that one. I appreciate it. This one's from Karma. Zone rule scrims. You can skip to 1450. Okay, got you. This is good. You have forecast everything. Are you get a kill here? Perfect. Yep, make space. Perfect. I would start to scout this tunnel. This tunnel is going to be the way. Like, you can see you have forecast, right? I can tell you have the next zone. So, I mean, you're going to want to go dead side here, right? If you just go white line to the zone, you're going to be in the mess of everybody. You might as well hit this tunnel while you have it. Even though there's people there you just saw, right? But what is it? 1, 2 people. That's it. Maybe a guy on top of shark or whatever. Like, you're good. You just hit the tunnel, wrap all the way around, and you're golden. But it is smart right now. Like, you're making the right play. Just wait for the next zone to see where it goes. This is smart. So yeah, now you see it pulls to blue. You mark the blue. It's good. You go. Perfect. Yep. And then here, try to put yourself on the position that's not going to be next in the zone. If that makes sense. Like, so you're in, right? You kind of just go to your marker, which is fine, but you could think a bit more, and you should have put yourself down here on the right side, like to the right of blue. Right, all the way on that edge. You guys can see what I'm talking about. It's like next to the storm. In the OBS recording, you guys can see my cursor, but on the screenshot you can't. But yeah, like, think about the next zone. Like, now where you are, it's not the worst position, but like, it could be better for sure. Because now if you think about it, once everyone sees this next zone, where are they going to be at? They're going to be on top of you for the most part, or they're going to be behind you, but like close to you. And if you can be away from that bunch, it's going to be way better for you, right? So we'll see here. It does that, I'm sure, unless you leave early to the next zone. Yeah, so you can see here, like, imagine if it pulls not this direction, or even just because it pulled this direction, your rotate is a little bit scuffed, right? Because there's people that are coming, because it's hot side. Everyone's going to be coming from this north side of zone. I mean, you can literally see everyone, like this picture right here just shows there's a ton of people to your north. This is good. You just sit. Yeah, this is good. Connect to this metal probably. Let me just slow down here. You definitely want to drop connect to. This is good. You could probably use wood there, and then you definitely want to put a cone here. Connect with like 1 or 2 cones, or maybe 3, just to make sure you're really set up. But you should be good. It's solos. If you get chopped out, that's criminal. Oh, what happens? So it looks like you wanted to play height because you saw nobody here, right? The one thing I'll tell you for this, and I'll tell you this, everyone needs to hear this, right? This is for every part of your game, whenever you decide to go for height, okay? It doesn't matter solos, duos, trios, squads, I don't care what game mode you're playing, but when you go for height, and you're committing to yourself, like I'm going for height, you're committing your game. Like that is your game. Because right now you're still great mats, 450, 370, 420. Like you're great mats, great heals, great guns, ammo, everything's good. Health, everything's perfect, right? But now because you go for height and you get chopped out, your mats start to burn quickly, right? So if you're going to commit to height, you're going to use metal right here. You're going to fully build a ramp and a floor and walls. Like you're going to build out here. Like this is just doesn't make any sense. That guy spraying you is okay, whatever, unlucky, write that off, doesn't matter, okay? But still, you should be building everything metal, like floor, wall, stair, box around it, then go up. Or just simply go up from your box right here. Like you could build up from where you are right now if you connect a bit more. Like right here, you just go up. Build up from right where you are. And then hold height from there. You don't have to be in the zone. Like right now, you're like technically in the next zone. You don't have to be there. Also, again, you're the only one that knows what this next zone is, which is good that you're building up for it early. But understand that that's why you're getting sprayed. Because everyone's just like, what is this guy doing? Like everyone's thinking the zone's going to pull max, and like not going to pull to you. But all of this, like we can look at this right now. This is a prime example. Let me do this. This is a prime example of when you don't commit to height, this is what happens. If you don't commit, if you just committed and built the full metal box, you would have 150 more mats right now. 100%. And now you're back down. So, just the commitment to height right there. Because you didn't commit, someone else committed harder than you, and now you have to give it up, and now you went from, what was it? 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, whatever, now you're at 4, 2, 1. And you're not on high ground. This is smart though, to go front, you could try it again. You could definitely go for height. Right here. Just commit to it. It's fine, you don't. Not a big deal. Look to spray him out. This is good. Yeah, by the way, there's infinitely better ways to spray at the guy than to do this. Like, all you have to do if you want to spray this guy out is literally just do this. Edit a door. You could edit a door instead of the wall you edited. And you could peek through that. That's a great way to do it. You could edit your wall down here and edit a window and look up. The door is probably the best way to do it. Just make a door instead of the edit you made here and shoot through. Because this is going to happen. Like, this guy jumping on you is going to happen. 100% of the time. No matter if this guy that killed you was shambles. You, like, one-pumped him, right? This guy could also be really stacked and just get the extra little mat refresh that he needs. Right? And then that happens all because of this, of the way you're looking at height. But now you have height. This is good. Connect the walls. Yep. Please put a wall here. Put a wall here, please. Or maybe you just leave it. That's fine too. And just keep the spray going. This is good. Uh-oh. What happens? Oh, you get chopped out. Let's see. What did you build to get chopped out here? Oh, wow. Hold on. Let me see what happens here. So you're still on one wall. That guy goes up. Oh, I think he just crash padded up. This is the crash pad game, right? This is from today. Had to have been. I hear crash pads. So the guy that fried you is chopping you out. Now you're connecting. You're in zone. And he's going for it. You have to drop. Yeah. Just rough place to fall. I would just simply, instead of doing all this, just edit your back here, the wood wall. All right, you fall here. Okay, all good. Like, you could just, I mean, better mechanics, you'll catch yourself better here. Either way, like, this happens to everybody, right? Just edit this wood wall here and go out and make up, like, a full box here with a cone in your head, and then go up. Or you see this opportunity, just run through. I would literally just run through. I would stare this guy off to my left, put a wall in front of me so I don't get fried from the guy in front, and just build out there. That's a good way to avoid that. But yeah, I mean, overall, this game was really stacked. You played it really well from the mid-game point, and then you just didn't commit to high ground when you wanted it to, and that was the biggest mistake right there. Next, we'll go... Is there a timestamp for this that you wanted to skip to? This is the one, right? Oh, Ceice, Big Dream. Where is this one at? Hold on. There we go. This is me, Vitals Lobby. My duo crashed. Started the recording second. Okay, so you're playing solo duo here. 26 below. This is just a hard tag to go for always. There you go, get some damage there. I mean, yeah, you just need so much damage. This is just such a rough game. You just gotta jump in. Surge goes away, you just gotta jump in. 268. You're never gonna go above if you don't go for a kill. It's solo duo at the end of the day. Like, you gotta get a lot of damage here. These zombies just keep dying before you die. That's actually insane. 300 below. It's crazy you made it to this point and haven't had any surge. Like, you literally have played like with no surge. It's like you didn't need to shoot anybody and you would have been good. That's actually insane. You got a body there. It's good. There, right there, you could have just done that right wall, like this right window right here, and then just coned him right there. Instead of having to do like a peanut butter edit and open yourself.
Okay. No.
Playing a side of zone, this is good. Using your metal. Now you're going through the middle. Be careful, this could be a really sketchy moment, right? Like, you could definitely want to stick on a side here if you can. Like that left area where these metal builds are right here. That's where you want to be. You see a refresh there? Let's see. You kind of start to play for it. Oh, no, we're not. We're good. Alright, so here, same thing, right? You're running up the middle. Just try to pick a side. Like, going this direction and going around is great. Like, if you've crossed the zone already, this is not a big deal. You're already there. There's your kill. You still have good mats, right? If you die right here with these 200 builds, this could extend your game a lot. Yeah, you just die. It's just tough, man. Solo duo is always hard. But overall, I mean, the big things there was just, you just went through the middle of zone, like, a lot. And it didn't get you killed. You didn't do anything wrong this game. Like, literally, the game was just because you didn't get a refresh. The reason why you didn't do good was because you didn't get a refresh. But again, it's solo duo. Like, you should have been dead to Surge if it was a stacked lobby. And you should have been dead if it was a more stacked lobby with better players. Like, you should have been dead going for the middle. It's like never the play to run through the middle. All right. On to smells. Would appreciate if you could watch the whole thing. If you don't, just start from 10 minutes. I always find myself falling down. Any idea why? 10 minutes.
Gold hammer shotgun.
All right, so real quick, I'm gonna boot up my game here so I can show you these things. Give me 1 second. But I want to talk about something I've talked about a ton before. Okay. And I want you to practice this bolt. I think that's the best way to say your name. Or smells, bolt, same guy. I want you to practice this and just edit, pump, reset, edit. Edit, pump, reset, edit. I've talked about it a ton, but it's really important to practice it. It will help you a ton in this exact same thing here. Like what you're doing here, okay? The guys on your wall, you're about to edit, pump, you're about to edit, then you're gonna pump, then you're gonna reset, and then you have to edit your cone. And it has to be really fast. So edit, pump, reset, edit, right? If we played in full speed, this is how slow it was, full speed. In that amount of time, the guy could have easily grabbed this wall right here. Like, you pump him. If it's a good player, oopsies. If it's a good player, he's gonna grab your wall. Right here, he could be grabbing your wall. Right there, grab your wall right now. You definitely know the habit. Like, you know you need to practice it. You know what you need to do, but yeah. Right there, if you ever get caught in a box like this, one or two things. You could flip your stair and go out the back, like flip your stair, piece the wall, go out the back. Or you could jump into the cone here. Like from where you are right now, it's pretty center. Like now you're not, obviously, but where you were was pretty center. You just jump up right in the center, go to cone, break the cone. Done. Right there, pump, grab the wall. That was your best play. Grab this wall. Same thing, grab the wall. Instead of going for a swing shot here, grab this wall. It's 1 HP. It's literally one shot. You could hit it with any of your guns one time and it would break. You could pickaxe it one time. The gunplay is definitely the move because you're fast. You already have your pump out. But wow, that's crazy. Middle window, never the play. Always do a side window or just bait the shot out. Like, right here, the middle window just gives you, I mean, he had the same peek. He had a better peek on you. Right? You're peeking left hand, he's peeking right hand. He hits you first every time. And the middle window is just not the play. You could have done a right hand, you could have done a right window and you would have had a right hand peek and he would have had a left hand peek. Kinda. Or not really, but yeah, he would have had a right hand peek, but it would have been a better window for you. Or you could just make the edit, make the right window, reset the wall, make him pump the wall, and then you edit and kill him. Or piece him. No cone in box. That guy sees this. He puts a stair in your box. You're dead. Yeah. He put a stair in your box. He edited it on you. You have no piece at that point. You're dead. Alright, I'll do this last one here. And yeah, always pre-cone yourself, right? This is a simple thing to do. You're up here. You're out. You know this is his wall already. Like you can... For a while, you could tell this is his wall, so you know you're going to get coned here. Even if he does a window edit, he's going to cone you. So just pre-cone yourself. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think in general, you really need to play like Raiders mechanics map. You need to play some mechanics training. Like tokening players isn't really going to help you like that much. Like You should do it still, I think, but like this, you know, doing this public matchmaking, queuing against somebody, like playing against someone better is really good still, but you just need to improve your speed and your consistency, your edit timing, your crosshair placement, your build. What's the word I'm looking for? Like your build patterns, or like how to build a box faster. What's the pattern to building the box faster? How to, you know, all those things. Like mechanics training maps, doing tunnels and raiders maps is gonna help you a lot. Nice. He just jumps in and you kill him. Yeah, I think those are the things I would give for that. First is solo cash cup opens. Second is finals. I would rather watch the finals game. Yeah, let's do it. All right, so cash cup finals. Let's see. So we got our spot right away, right? As soon as you're gliding in here, like you're seeing these people contest you or like go near you, right? 2 there. 1 guy may be taunting you. They end up swerving away. So try to right now. Try to think about where they're landing and where they're gonna get. Right. So you have this. I have no idea the loot's over here. Like, okay, this is your loot. Okay, this guy has this. Okay, that means this might be free. This chest and this plant might be free. These 2 might be free, or you know this might be open, or I don't know. Right. Like you need to start thinking right away of like where you're landing and what you can get right after, because this is not enough loot. Looks like you get this little loot down here. It's good. Yeah. So, I mean, that's solos, right? When you're landing at a spot like this where there's a lot of other spots around you, like a lot of split drops around you, right? Like this might be open the one game. This might be open the next game. This might be open the next game. So just be willing to go through all these and just pick, you know, look around and see what you see. See what you can take. You get fried there. You get the plant. Same thing here, right? Like map knowledge will be very nice for you to know that like, okay, now that you had to do that, because that's solos, right? You don't know where that guy's gonna come from. You get fried, whatever. Now you're hitting this tunnel to run away. You have to do that. That's definitely the play. You could probably try to hold your ground, but if you get keyed, your game might be over. I don't know what game this is. You know, maybe it's your last game. You need to have map knowledge of like, okay, now I'm in mid map. This is looted as well. You could tell that this was looted. You should know where these plants are, and you should know that there's potentially gas station loot to get, gas station metal to be farmed. All of that right there. To get your plant, like you got to know this map so you can rotate through it quickly. I would love to see before you do this, before you farm this, like your head, like for the most part, you're not looking at the ground, but you're looking down, right? Like, look, your crosshair is mostly down, right? It's down. Like this is a big building here, huge building, lots of angles, people to be on at the top, crouching behind. You have no idea. I know, even so, if they're like up there, they could be hiding from you the entire time. But you got to look up and check it at least something once. Like you're not looking up at all, and then you're farming, looking down, which is obviously you have to because you're farming the thing below you. Like you haven't scouted above you the entire time and you're just asking for someone to lurk on you. Still haven't scouted the POI. Could be a guy in there the entire time. But I mean, it works out. You get stacked, you find some extra loot, whatever. I would say I would say max your metal there, right? Like that is like the end goal here. You have 30 seconds. You leave with 2 seconds on the clock. There's probably, I don't know actually. Let me see. There's definitely a tunnel somewhere close. It's a 1 tick, right? So you could, let me just do this. Yeah, you could just farm your metal here, get your max metal, go straight to this tunnel. There's a slurp truck here, I know that. You can farm the metal there. That's probably in the zone. Oh, no, it's not. But just max your metal, knowing that you're probably not going to get much metal past this point. Like, this is your next metal that's in zone. Or maybe this is in zone, maybe that's in zone. But you got to know that like, this is your time to get quick metal. In general, your head's just down. So I would say, like, number one thing, your head's down all the time. Like I'll play this on 1x speed, normal speed. And we can see this is a big detail. Like you're farming, okay, cool. But like those hills in front of you that you're rotating into, heads down, right? Still, it's down. No idea. Someone could be right in front of you right now, and you have no clue. Someone could be on the hill right now. Imagine there's like a sniper in the game. Someone has a sniper holding it out on you, waiting for you to stop, or waiting for the right movement. Dead. Game's gone. So I think we'll see. I think later in this game, we're going to see a big awareness check from you. Now you're looking up. This is the first time you've seen that there's a ramp here. First time you've seen that there's a guy. I mean, that guy's giving you visual. First time you've seen that this hill. 50, nice. Now you're scouting there. It's good. Getting your heads down going up this hill. Like, this is the... Okay, I didn't want to comment on this, but I'm going to. Like, look, right? This is all real snappy movements. It should be just like, look left, look right. Look left, look right. Like, not like this long to take a second to look over here. Like, clearly there's not going to be much opportunity for someone to be back there. But there is a lot of opportunity for someone to be above you. Because look here. You're going to hit the zip line, right? It's to your right now. Let's see if I get like a... Like, you're going to hit that zip line, right? You see it for a second, but there's no way you would be able to tell if someone's up there by the... Like, if I play right now. You had that timing. The guy could be on this cone sitting behind it, waiting for you to hit the zip line. Right now, you don't know. He's crouching up right now. Crouching up, crouching up. And again, same thing when you hit the zip line. Anytime you hit the zip line, you're giving somebody around you full visual that you're going up there. Like the guy near you, if there's a guy up here, he knows you're going up right now. He knows where you're going up. He can hear it. He can see it with his visual audio. He could see you hitting it. And so when you hit this, you got to be ready to build right away. Like if there's someone up here, right away. And I mean, the map is whatever, right? Like, but here, you're just like, oh, la-di-da-di-da. Again, you don't die to it. That's fine. You know, that's the game. You know, but you got to learn to master these things so that way when you get in these more stacked lobbies, where the players are a lot more smart, that you know, you're locked in on these things, right? So you hit this, same thing, right? We saw this already. You hit this tunnel, right? You know you're going up this hill. You know that somebody could be on this ridge line. I just pointed to my monitor like you could see my finger. You know someone could be on this ridge line up here, okay? Same thing. They know you hit it. They hear you hit it. They know you might come this direction. They could be up here waiting for you to go left to fry you. They could be up here waiting on this ramp. They could be behind this ramp. I'm sure they could sit there. Like that's obviously you wouldn't be able to tell that, but like just still your head's down going up a hill here. And then when you come up the hill, again, these are all fresh things. Like your brain is processing fresh new things every time you like come to an unopened, an undiscoverable area from your last point of view. So like back down there before you hit the tunnel, you literally could not see this plant. It was impossible to see this plant. It was impossible to see that there was wood builds here. Like you had no idea. Like you could kind of see it there. Okay, maybe a little bit, but it doesn't matter. My point is that every time you come into an undiscovered area, you clear it. Again, left, right, look left, right. You know, check this hill, check the bush, clear the bush. You clear it every time. So right here, you didn't. He's below you. So you run away. It's fine. Whatever. No big deal. Also, I will say that like. In this solo, and solos in general, right? It's 56 players, right? We know there's not 56 pro players in this game. We know it's not, right? It's just not. There might be 1, 2, 3, maybe 15 decent players, maybe 15 people that have earned so far. But regardless, right? That kind of goes into play. Like, you don't have to land at a spot that's giving you this loot. You don't have to play the game like this. This is not how... You don't see, like, Muzz playing the game, and I'm using Muzz as like a crazy example here. The guy is winning. He wins every single week. He's insane, right? He's probably the best solo player right now in the world, right? But he's not playing. He's not landing at a spot like that. He's landing at like Grim Gate or at like Reckless Railways or at Lavish Lairs. Like, and I'm not saying you have to land there, but you shouldn't be landing this shambles. Like, and if you are landing this shambles, you should be quick to get better loot. Like this, you use this loot to be safe and be consistent, and you instantly push for this loot. With your quick loot here, because this guy only has 1 guaranteed chest. You have 4 guaranteed chests, right? And a tunnel. So you 4, pop your fizz, tunnel right on him, boom, dead. So if you have to land there, you should be playing for way more early on, or just simply like get comfortable learning a spot like Redline Rig or like this brutal or whatever it's called, Brawlers, or this spot down here. Like this is a lot of loot. So you can play really stacked. So you can play more confidence. You don't have to. You're not running from people. You're not playing with this type of loadout. Like these 2 guns are horrible. These are like the worst guns in the game. This assault rifle is not bad, but like I mean, most definitely the shotgun is horrible. Let's see how you get fried here. All right, heads down, heads down. You're kind of looking at that metal there. Build them off quickly, which is good. Now you gotta think about your rotate. Let's see, you open the zone here in a second, I think. Maybe not. We just see it pulls, right? So right away, my thought is instantly, I'm gonna do the tunnel. Tunnel. I'm gonna go from this tunnel, where you're at right now, hit this tunnel, build it from there. I'm just gonna draw it here so we can see it. Boom, boom, all the way. Go all the way to zone. Or you can cut right, go through here, and go all the way to zone, right? You have that path right now. You know it's pulling to the top right of the map, so you can use this tunnel path. Cap your metal, because you know this is probably gonna be the last spot you get it, which is good. Also, on the same note of like you landed at a bad spot, you're playing kind of shambles. This is still a winnable game right here. You should be winning this game. Like every game is winnable. It's solos at the end of the day, and you're gonna be killing really bad players in the end. Yep. So tunnel. You don't have a fizz, which is fine. You're not gonna go as far, but whatever. Just tunnel here. So you geyser. And instead of going to the dead side potentially, right? Like you're going in, like you're coming. The zone is like this. Let's just imagine it's like this, right? You're coming in from the hot side. You're gonna be here, okay, with everyone else. Everyone else is gonna be right in this area. They're gonna be like this. You're gonna be in that bunch right there, right? Versus you could have just been over here, hit this tunnel strat, come up here, and now you're back here with like 3 people. Like let's just do a drawing here. 3 versus 50. There's 50 players on that marker and 3 people on the top marker, right? That's like obviously not true, but it's very close, right? Like that is going to be how it's going to look. You're going into way more people. And there's the zone. So you easily could have tunneled and gone straight to the bunker up here to the north, then wrapped around a Class A, then gotten on the hills, played from Grand Glacier. Like that easily could have been it. Let's see your zone pulls, right? Like you could have been at the tunnel, at the bunker, gone to island, got a rift, sat on a rift, waited for zone, and we'll see how it goes from here. Let's just see. But now you're in the bunch, you're boxing, you're boxing, you're going. You still have really good mats though, which is good. Looks like it pulls to the island, or very close to the island. And then it pulls back. So either way, you would have been on a rift by this point. You could have used your, you could have found whites and storm somewhere, and you would have been good to go. Nice, good kill. Yeah, box right on edge here. Am I getting deja vu, or did I watch this game already? Did I watch this game? Dude, I feel like I've watched this exact game. I would just box on edge here. Like you never want to go in between teams. Now you're pinched between this guy, the guy I think that's this wood guy, these guys on the hill, and this brick team in front of you, like the 2x1, whatever. Right? So now you're stuck in between them all. They could server focus you if they want. So just stop on edge right next to this guy if you really want. It's solos. Like the guy wants to fight you. Okay, cool. Fight me. See what happens. I'll just make space and then we're good. No one's gonna get server focused, or we'll both die. Right? You don't die from it. You get good zone. Great. Good stuff. Skip here. Zone pulls. You're just tagging, rotating, whatever. Wait, did I watch this game already? I watched this game already. Wait, why am I watching this? I watched this one last week. Am I tripping balls? I swear to God, I watched this exact one last week. I told you to stop right here before you went to hit this. Wait, what are we doing? I 100% I've seen this game before. I swear to God I've seen this game before on everything. I'm just gonna skip through because I told you to stop there last week. I don't even know how we're rewatching gameplay. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. I know I've watched that exact part. I don't know what I'm seeing here, bro. Yeah, I know he just posted to YouTube today, but I swear I've watched that exact part. But like this in-game looks different. I don't know. Let's just see. Yep, sides of zones, all good. Triple way your cone if you can here. Right? This guy, if he wants to refresh here, or both these guys want refreshes, this is the box to jump in on. Building brick walls with no triple way edited cone, free jump. Yeah, obviously you have to go left. I was gonna say go left there, but this is fine. This works out. Imagine you have a triple way cone here. You don't cancel a big pot. Maybe you get a couple more seconds on it. I mean, you're still really good mats here. What happens here? You're in. Oh, wait. Yeah, I mean, same thing. Every time you box up, you never edit your cone, ever. So this guy's like, oh, I need a refresh. Let me just jump on the guy that literally has me not blocked off. And, like, of course, you try to edit during the timing of him breaking it. So that's a little unlucky. Just understanding the timing there would help. But he jumps in, and there goes your game pretty much. So it pulls for you. Like, it pulls for low ground. You would have been really chilling. Full HP, low ground with great mats. You get that. Now I just try to get to front. Oh my. Yeah, it's play from here. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's like you just played the whole game kind of shambles with the loot you had. And you had good mats here. Everything was good. It's just this right here. Like you're 300, you're 400, or yeah, you're 400 mats right here, pretty much, right? And this guy jumps in your box. You're 400 mats, very healthy, right? Like you could have gone back and not have tanked 30 damage with Storm, and that would have been helpful, right? But you had great mats. You had great positioning, great mats. There's this 9 players alive, and then one of the 9 players jumps in your box, or one of the 8 players jumps in your box, and you die. Basically, like you die from this guy. So triple way your cone. That'd be the fix. And that would have been it. You probably would have won the game because you would have got that same refresh, or you should have got something like that, and then heal off, and boom. The game didn't really look like it was coming to heal off. Like this looked like it was gonna end pretty early. There's a guy playing Storm, and then there's this guy. He's dead, obviously, and you would have been good. All right. Well, we'll wrap it up. Any final questions? I want to make sure we have some time to go through some things. If you guys have questions about what we watched or have any more questions, you guys can put them in general chat. We can answer them. But I appreciate you guys for joining for number 4. I will see you guys next Tuesday. Of course, I'm not leaving right now. We got some time. But yeah. Any more questions? Let's do it. Yeah, this will be uploaded to YouTube. Obviously, that last part will be cut out because that guy just is an idiot. But as for the solo victory cup for all regions, I've got most of the regions figured out. I need one guy from EU, and I need Asia still. I really need Asia. So if you guys know any Asia pros, any people in the Asia region, a lot of you guys are making tickets, and you're like, "Hey, I live in the UK, but I'll play Asia." Like I don't want. No, just don't waste your time. I'm not. No. Like I need you to be in Asia so you have good connections to the server. How do you not off spawn more? I mean, you got to get reps in your off spawn. That's all it is. All right, that is a wrap. Thank you guys so much for joining me on the Tuesday Thesis number 4. It's always a pleasure. I hope to see you guys in the next one. And if you guys aren't in the Discord, discord.gg/thesis, get involved. And I'll see you guys later. All right, peace.